Sense of residents is for government to improve the standard of living and reduce cost of food items. Joining me on the news at 10 is Governor of Jigawa State, Umar Namadi. Your Excellency, thank you for joining us on the news tonight. Many citizens have expressed mixed emotions on this year's Independence Day for obvious reason. I'm wondering how you respond to critics who argue that Jigawa State and Nigeria as a whole has not fully realized its potential, and what concrete steps are being taken to address these concerns.
I lost you.
Your Excellency, can you hear me?
Okay, I'm hearing you now, yes.
Oh, I'm asking how Jigawa State is responding to calls from its citizens that, many years after independence, we're yet to fulfill our full potentials. Mr. Governor.
Yeah. The line is cutting.
Oh, if you can hear me now, I want you to address concerns from Nigerians on Independence Day about how, as a country, we are yet to fulfill, realize our full potential. I also want to know what you are doing as a government to address these concerns.
Well, thank you very much. I think the past congratulate Nigerians on the independence, 64 independence celebration, which I think 64 years in the life of a nation is quite important. And I think we also need to thank our founding fathers for all they have done to keep Nigeria as an entity. So I think, yes, there is a lot of mixed feelings because of the economic situation in the country. But if we look back and see the journey where we come from and where we are today, we need to thank God that as a country, for even if we're not for anything, the fact that we are one and one entity is something that we need to thank God about. Also, the fact that our leaders are doing their best. Of course, in every situations, economic hardships, the economic hardships we are facing in Nigeria is not only in Nigeria, it's a world over. And I think the most important thing which we need to realize, the government is doing its best. We have had the presidential address today, and the president is clearly saying that Nigerians should be a bit more patient. We can see policies that are introduced will take some time to show results. And I think, like the president has said, we are beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So meaning that things will be better in the future. And I think with the policies put in place in the country, especially if I can zero it down to what we are doing in Jigawa State, the agricultural revolution and transformation we are doing in Jigawa State has also is yielding a lot of results, which I am sure by implication it would also be applicable to the country. What I'm saying is the agricultural transformation, which is now in Jigawa State, is something that people are happy with it, and also our people are getting something doing, and the economic activities are being rejuvenated. So I think with all these policies, if we can concentrate, and also with the president's commitment to put security in this country, I think we are making a lot of progress. And by the time these policies and programs are matured, then we will be able to celebrate better. I am sure with these policies that are in place, and once all the subnationals have keyed into the project, as Mr. President is advocating, we will be able to ensure that by next year, we'll be celebrating something better than what we are doing today.
Mr. Governor, some within the federal government have raised concerns about why we haven't seen as much economic empowerment relative to revenue allocation. We'll be talking more about that shortly after this break. Stay with us, everyone. Joining us on the news tonight is Governor of Jigawa State, His Excellency Umar Namadi. Thank you for staying the course on the program. Why is it that with increased federal allocation, it still seems that we haven't seen as much initiatives at the state level to stimulate economic growth, create jobs, and indeed improve the standard of living for Nigerians?
Well, I think, yes, there is improved allocation. That is correct. And also, but we also need to realize the fact that also the value of Naira is becoming an issue. So what 1 Naira will buy you tomorrow, today, it may not be the same that 1 Naira will buy you tomorrow. But all the same, I think there is a lot of improvement in the economic activities. If I can zero, like I can always say it, if we can look at what is happening in Jigawa State, within the last 1 year, the state government was able to empower more than 125,000 people on different jobs and on different vocational activities. And also at the same time, we are able to improve the healthcare system. And also today, even today, as of today, we launch social health insurance scheme for the vulnerables. About 143,000 people, 500 are enrolled. And these people are to receive care free throughout their lifetime. And I think so a lot of subnationals are doing a lot of programs that will improve the life of the people. Just about a month ago, Jigawa State government will have a collaboration with Bank of Industries, where we have deposited 4 billion naira to stimulate the small and medium scale enterprises in the state. So, and again, this is also money given to BRA so that to help our small and medium enterprises to increase their businesses. So a lot of things are happening at the subnational level to improve the economic and well-being of the people so I think it's not that nothing is happening, and I'm sure in many states these things are going on. So and people are understanding and are appreciating what is happening. So I think is the increase in federal allocation has also a multiplier effect on the life of the people. Like I told you, in Jigawa State, we are doing a lot to do with the improvement in agriculture. We are able to move our production for wheat from a palty of about 5,000 hectares to about 55,000
I hear you, Mr. Governor.
Just within the...
Yeah. Let's talk about how this will trickle down. Let us talk about how this will trickle down to the grassroots. In a speech earlier today, we heard Mr. President emphasize his resolve to implement that Supreme Court judgment on local government autonomy. You know, many believe the challenge with this has mainly been with the governors. You have a local government election coming up in a few days. What measures are you taking to ensure their autonomy and effectiveness?
Well, in fact, in Jigawa State, we have local government autonomy for a long time, because what we are doing in Jigawa State, whatever comes from federal allocation, joint account of the local government is distributed to the local government directly. So it's not a new thing to us in Jigawa. It's something that we are used to, and we will continue to do it. And if you look at the caliber of people who have put to contest the local government election as chairmanship candidate, you know that we are preparing them for the autonomy. So I think in Jigawa State, we are doing everything possible. Already, we have local government financial autonomy is there. Nobody is touching the local government money. As the money goes into their joint account, they sit down and then do their disbursement, and everybody goes to his own share. The state government has nothing to do with their money, and that has been long for a long period of time. And that also to emphasize that, also to agree with the decision of the Supreme Court, when we are selecting the people to go for the chairmanship during the primaries, we emphasize a lot of things. I think for the first time in the history of Jigawa, election, we have 3 doctors of philosophy contesting local government election. This is something that has never happened in the history of Jigawa State. And this is in an attempt to ensure that people who will be able to manage the affairs of the people because of the autonomy are being given the responsibility. So as far as the local government autonomy, Jigawa State is full support of the local government autonomy. We are already in it, and we will continue to do everything possible to support it, because we believe that whatever the local government is the first point of call by the people at the grassroots, and they need to have a lot of financial autonomy to assist the people. So we are putting people that will look at the plight of the people at the grassroots.
Governor of Jigawa State, Umar Namadi, thank you for talking to us on the news tonight.
Thank you very much.